did walk with Cardi. Like, how was working with Cardi?
I love her. Like, she was so easy to work with, so fun to work with. Like, it was just easy. But like when we first met, like I feel like we was both like,
Yeah.
good. Like, everything okay?
I feel like that's working with any female artist for the first time. Like,
yeah, we was just trying to feel each other out. Like, but when we finally met in person, like I was like, okay, everything, we good. Like, you cool, I'm cool. Like, let's do it. And then ever since then, we just been cool. Do you feel like y'all ever be in those type of predicaments? Like, you can't work with somebody because you work with somebody else, or you feel like, I feel like just friends in general. Like, when you know your friend might not feel like so good about somebody, like, do you like go out your way to like be like, okay, bitch, I'm not fucking with you, period?
I feel like when you know a person got beef with another person, you want to, you want to be loyal. You want to not really get into what they got going on, because it's like, if JT don't fuck with somebody, I don't fuck with you.
That's different. That's like your real.
Oh, you said like as far as artists?
Yeah.
Like as far as like, I feel like we don't got to get into that because they don't have nothing to do with us.
Right.
So I feel like, if y'all got what y'all got going on, it's okay for me to like both of y'all for different reasons.
I feel like I feel like this generation of girls, like, it's kind of reminding me of like how the girls was in the 90s. Like, I feel like the girls back then, like, they didn't even, if they even wasn't on the song, like, they were still at the video shoot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's starting to get back like that. It's no need for nobody to be mad at nothing. Like, it's like pointless because we all are different. Like, nobody rap like the City Girls. Right. And if you trying to rap like the City Girls, it's very apparent. Like, nobody rap like me, nobody rap like Cardi, nobody rap like Koi, nobody rap like nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all got our own lane, and I feel like that's what's so beautiful about us right now. So I feel like it be the fans more so
it is.
Than anybody. Like, they keep it up more than the actual artists. And it got the world thinking like something that's not happening.
Right. Because I remember one time it was like Hot Girl Summer, City Girl Summer. And I'm like,
please, God, it's not.
This shit is so bad. Bitch, you're pregnant. What fucking summer? Like, what are we talking about? You
it's
know,
not giving none of that.
I feel like it was like at one point in the time, me and you, it never was like, I ain't know you ain't know me, but I felt like it was tension. Like, I felt like you ain't really fuck with me. And I'm like, damn.
That's so ugly. You felt like that. Like,
I really felt like that.
Why would I have, like, any problem?
I can't, and that's to go back to like what you said about the fans. It wasn't necessarily you. It was just like, people pinpointing us against each other, saying.
No, I was always like, oh my gosh, I love them. But I'm also a bitch like, okay, I ain't gonna say nothing until somebody say something to me.
Okay, like, that's how I am.
But like once we started talking, it was like, okay, bitch, you want to kiss me? I want to kiss you. Duh, bitch.
Right.
Like,
hi, you guys. So I wanted to come on and to touch on Megan's statement on Caresha Please. During her interview, she didn't name anyone. She just said she would like to work with other people and work with different people because there's so many different styles and sounds among the women right now. And she didn't name any names, right? And she said that people have beef, if you will. This is my wording. And people shouldn't expect us to get involved in those things or look for loyalty from individuals who really have nothing to do with whatever is going on between the two people, right? And a lot of people on Twitter, of course, they thought that she was referring to Cardi and to Nicki. And even if she was referring to them, is her point valid? That's really the conversation, right? I think that she was making a valid point with that. And people shouldn't be made uncomfortable because they are working with someone, right? And then if they want to work with you, you're not going to work with the person because they work with this other individual, right? I just feel like, and then to be honest, at this point, I don't really think that I really feel like there's a real beef between these two people. I feel like they're pretending like they have a beef to promote themselves because it's at a really ridiculous level at this point where you have all these people running out saying all this and saying all that. Like Cardi's husband was on Twitter talking about his solo project. And then, of course, the guy from QC Records. Yeah, I think that's the name of it. I think his name is P or Percy or whatever. He tweeted out a message as well. And so there was like back and forth between them. instead of it staying on that, it turned into a whole Nicki and Cardi conversation. Then you had Armand creating videos, let's talk about husbands. Then you had Jason Lee out here going on some rant about Nicki don't do anything for the black community. We have the black community like that, so that's probably why she don't do nothing for the black community. Y'all running around calling everybody black for reasons and we understand what those reasons are. But yeah, she's gonna now look up and say, well, why would I do anything for black people, right? So, and because a lot of people on Twitter were saying that, but yeah, no one asked her, first of all, to do anything for black people. No one have asked her for her voice. No one's asking Cardi for her voice. No one's asking Megan for her voice. To be honest, I think entertainers need to do what they were hired to do, and that's to entertain. And that's their lane, and that's where they should stay. Okay, if we really want to go there, Jason. But yeah, he went on his platform going on some rant about that, which was really ridiculous. A lot of people were saying, well, what do you do for the black community? Right, it's always funny when you have individuals weaponizing blackness when their ass ain't even black. Okay, they don't even care about blackness or black folk that way themselves, but you're trying to weaponize that because you feel like she should have had some type of social stance through her career. But why would she? She's an entertainer, and that's where she needs to stay if we really just want to go there. All of these people, I don't really care about their opinion. I'm not voting for someone because they're speaking up for the person. I'm not doing anything because they're out talking. That's how I feel about it. I think years ago in the 60s, it was a different time. It was a different blackness and black people, and I'm not going to go off into that. But yeah, you had the Stevie Wonders and the Aretha Franklins and the Mahalia Jacksons who lend support to the civil rights movement because it was not just about us. It was about them as well, right? They had to walk through back doors. They, could not play certain places, right, until segregation ended and all that stuff. And so it was a different time. When people try to weaponize all of that type of social conversation in 2022 sounds ridiculous. And she's from Trinidad, right? So I don't expect her to speak on any black issues, nor do I care to hear her opinion about any or anyone else out of the entertainment industry. And I think they need to take the N word out of their mouth. I think people need to be pressing for that. I think it's a lot of things that's going on that people could speak up that are on the community side, but I don't look for leadership in it from an entertainer, right? Half these people can barely lead themselves. So anyway, he's ridiculous. But getting back to Megan, I thought she was making a valid point, and I thought she was being very mature about it, because that type of stuff, it then caused division amongst the other girls, that you're saying that everyone has to tiptoe around these people because they don't like each other. And that's their business if they don't like each other, right? And yeah, you shouldn't allow anyone to sun you, if you will, as y'all say today. We used to say punk you. You shouldn't allow anybody to punk you into feeling a way about who you can or cannot work with. That stunts the creative process anyway, because you may have a great idea and Cardi may sound good on that idea. You're going to still go and get Cardi for that record. Nobody cares about who she got a beef with, right? And vice versa. Like, that's it and that's all. I agree with her. You guys are in a business and people need to stay business minded. And that's it. Don't let these people sun you or punk you off into no nonsense. And that's on both sides of it, right? Because it's pretty clear that Jason and Armand Wiggins are on payroll, right? And the mob radios and whoever else is out here doing all this stunting for these people, right? That's it and that's all. Let me know what y'all think about all this nonsense. I was going to do a separate video about the whole Offset and his record deal, and I think he's solo now and he was trying to get a solo project out. I don't know how he's going to do that, if he's on a different label. I don't know. I wanted to touch on that, but then I changed my mind because it's a lot of fool-la-la going. It's just a bunch of foolishness. Now they trying to bring Sweetie into it and all this nonsense. I'm not doing that. Let me know what y'all think, though, about all of this stuff. And if you guys think that this beef between Cardi and Nicki is even real. Because it's coming off, it's giving very staged at this point. Because when you start trying to dictate to other people that don't have nothing to do with, even have anything to do with you, let alone have anything to do with your relationship with somebody else, then you're trying to manipulate situation. No one should have the ability to tell somebody they can't work with someone else. How I feel about that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.